New at 10, in a massive reversal, the CDC changing its mask guidance tonight.
New science is worrisome and unfortunately warrants an update to our recommendations.
2 months after telling those who are fully vaccinated they could take off their masks, the CDC is now recommending putting them back on.
With schools set to reopen, the CDC is also recommending that everyone wear a mask, regardless of their vaccination status.
RPS addressed masking at their meeting tonight.
Yeah, KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon was there, and he joins us now to explain what Med City parents can expect going forward.
Well, Katie and George, at a contentious school board meeting that we've all seen video from earlier this month, the school board directed interim superintendent Dr. Kent Packel to update the district's masking rules to reflect the latest guidance from health experts. As things would have it, hours before Dr. Packel was sent to present his recommendations to the school board, the CDC again revised its guidance for school buildings as district leaders prepared to take on another round of passionate comments from community members. Another crowded, contentious afternoon under the sun outside the Edison building. Community members, parents, students, educators, and even faith leaders standing side by side waiting to speak with members of the Rochester Public School Board, yet miles apart on the issues before them. Inside the boardroom, conditions were just as crowded, muggy, and hot as outside it, both physically and ideologically.
Critical race theory, from my perspective, has become the foundation for your operation.
The subject of critical race theory once again rearing its head, a theory RPS says it doesn't teach, and one not scheduled for discussion at the meeting.
I do not teach critical race theory. I do, however, teach my students to think critically and welcome conversations around race, racism, and the impacts of systematic racism.
Go to Chicago, there's dozens and dozens of black-on-black crime every weekend. If Black Lives Matter, truly.
Your time is up. In the future, if you want to talk to the board, I hope it will be, I don't hope, we expect it must be about a school district issue.
It is a school district. You're bringing BLM into our schools.
Masking in classrooms, however, was another issue drawing mixed opinions from community members.
As a father, as a pastor, as a citizen, as for guidance in public health, education that focuses on equity and inclusion and love for the neighbor.
I'm asking you to please let us make our own choices for our kids and not mandate masking. It should be optional. We have rights, God-given rights that should be upheld.
I urge you to not start making decisions based upon personal religious beliefs, emotions, rumors, or information you found on your neighbor's cousin's Facebook page.
The public comments coming before district leaders approved a new masking policy requiring face coverings for all students ages 2 through 12, while strongly encouraging them for anyone older.
The logic of that recommendation is that those children cannot be vaccinated and therefore they don't have that level of protection.
While the district's updated policy stops short of new guidance from the CDC recommending masks for all K through 12 students nationwide, Dr. Packel says that could still change in the months ahead.
My recommendation to the board could change in both directions. I wish I could tell the board this is the last time you need to be dealing with this, but I think it's very likely that we will need to continue to be responsive to this situation over time.
And Dr. Packel notes while the topic of masking is certainly a headline grabber, RPS is still making decisions on a number of other coronavirus safety measures, including social distancing and welcoming volunteers back into its buildings. He adds some of those will be taken up as early as the beginning of August. Katie, George.
All right, thanks, Anthony. The CDC's recommendations didn't just change for schools.
Tonight, the CDC also saying that even people who have been vaccinated should wear a mask indoors in public if they are in an area of substantial or high transmission.
Luckily, that means we're safe right now in Olmsted County. Take a look at this map from the CDC. Only the orange or red counties are recommended to mask up.
That's Olmsted, Fillmore, Mower, and Freeborn counties in Minnesota, and Cerro Gordo, Winnebago, and Howard counties in Iowa in yellow, which means they're at a moderate risk of transmitting COVID.